Hello from a Monday afternoon, happening here at the Mirage. You guys are used to seeing me in a particular sports book, which you might see me in later on in this video. But for now, we're here at the Mirage Sportsbook. Back here on a Monday afternoon for another impromptu meetup game. Brad and I put the word out about 2 p.m. for a casual 2-5 game. Probably gonna be some bomb pots and some straddles and some beers. But we're still amidst the Big 50 tournament happening here during the WSOP 2019. With so many people being here in town from all over for that tournament, it's good to just try and get face to face with as many people as we can while they're here in town. So, 2-5 meetup game today. I do need to get you guys caught up on the previous couple days though. Saturday, I did not play the Big 50 event. Instead of that, did some editing, and then on Saturday, another impromptu meetup game. Decided to try and put together another 5-10 game at a new location to try and bypass the wait lists. Decided on a location of Mandalay Bay, a place that never gets 5-10. In fact, we asked the floor person when the last time was that they had a 5-10 game. Several years ago. So, got a group of people together, got a 5-10 game together, just myself, no Brad Owens, so not an official meetup game. It was a game nonetheless. Before getting into the poker, got to catch up with a good buddy of mine, poker blogger that some of you are probably familiar with, a man who goes by the name of Jamin Burton. Yes.
Hello everyone.
Perhaps, probably my favorite poker blogger out there of all time.
Oh, how sweet.
Yes. How's poker vlog life treating you, Mr. Jamin Burton?
Poker vlog life today has been challenging. Started a vlog, couldn't get in a game anywhere, so I ended the vlog.
Really?
I need to do something to kind of shake it up a little bit.
Okay.
I did the comic book thing, that kind of shook it up a little bit, but I'm getting antsy.
Do you get burnt out in the same fashion, like if you weren't vlogging, like just playing the cards?
No, not anymore. No. Not, I used to. I mean, but it's, you know, it's going to be different for me than it is for you because I don't have to play.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to play to pay my bills, so...
Yeah. So playing poker is kind of like, I don't know if I would say it's like a treat or whatever, but...
it's definitely not a treat. It's definitely still a grind.
Yeah.
But I know mentally that if I get burnt out, I can just be like, you know what? I'm just not going to play for 3 days. I'm not going to play for 4 days. And it have no repercussion on the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean that's always better. I mean anytime you can relieve the pressure. There's so much stress that's involved with poker.
I mean hats off to you guys for like playing professionally, full time. That's the real grind. I just
make videos now. I don't really.
I just make memes now.
Memes?
I'm all over the meme game. I got to get my meme game strong.
I don't think I've ever made a meme.
I had neither until this week, and now I'm in love with it.
Are you gonna be playing tournaments or just cash games?
I'm playing the Monster Stack on the 21st.
Okay.
9 or 10 years I've been here at the World Series. I've never played a World Series tournament. This will be my first.
That's exciting. I mean,
that is a little exciting. That's a little different.
It's a big like bucket list item for a lot of people out there.
To play a World Series tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll win that and then move on from there.
That'd be cool.
That's the mindset right now. We're gonna win the Monster Stack, and we're gonna move on from there.
What are you gonna buy after you win the Monster Stack?
Canon 80D.
What?
A new camera.
Oh,
the Canon. I'm gonna buy the Canon 80D again, even though I already bought one. I took it back.
You want it back though?
I want it back again, but I don't want to like pay for it.
What are you gonna buy for me?
What do you want?
How about you just replenish the losses from tonight?
Is it going? It's not going that badly, is it?
I'm down like 2K.
Get me in the game. You'll be even.
All right, we'll try.
Because I'm in the mood. I've had some White Russians in me, so yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
This is a mid-session update. This is good. Just call it what it is.
The mid-session update with Jamin Burton.
Thank you.
Since you're here, I'll steal it.
You can have it.
I stole it on the other channel with Boosie.
I did see it.
We stole the midday update.
Yeah, you can have it.
All right, thanks, buddy. As for the poker that night, well, things went pretty poorly here tonight. Into this game for $4,200, out for a lot less, 800 something. So yeah, 5-10 game at the Mandalay Bay. Not my night at all. Put us back into the red for the WSOP happening so far this year. Still early, very early on. And Sunday was a brand new day. I thought I was gonna play the Big 50 Day 1D event. Unfortunately, or fortunately, that flight sold out. I think they were accepting alternates, but I wasn't really feeling like standing in line for who knows how long to go register for that thing. I guess they got something like 9,000 players for that flight, just that flight alone. I believe they got something like 29,000 entrants in this one tournament alone, making it by far the biggest tournament in history. Kudos to the WSOP for that. Obviously there's some hiccups along the way, but of course there will be with a 29,000 person event. Since there was no day 1D flight for me, that means cash games. Yesterday, went over to the Bellagio, hopped into the 510. There was, I believe, 8 510 games going at the Bellagio yesterday. So we're definitely in WSOP mode, double what they normally get on a weekend. Was able to get into a game right away. I called ahead. Just wrapping up the session over here at the Bellagio on a Sunday night / Monday morning. Probably can't see that. 4:16 in the AM. Pretty smooth session for the most part. I had to add on $200 towards the start of the session, but aside from that, pretty smooth sailing. Found a couple of favorable flops. We flopped a couple sets. One of them, we flopped a set versus Ace King, in which the board ran out Ace King high. He bet the flop. I flat called. He check raised the turn. I flat call, Ace on the river. Just a bit of a cooler board there. Obviously, top 2 versus a set. So not a whole lot in depth to talk about in that hand. I ended up making a flush versus top set of aces. Things like that, when things like that happen, it's gonna be a good night usually. Got into the game over here for $1,700. Cash out of the game for, let's see, cash out of the game for $4,921. Let me ask you guys this. You guys wear earbuds? You guys wear headphones? Do you guys wear neither? This session I was rocking the headphones. Came in pretty clutch, you know? Sometimes there's gonna be some lasting tilt from a previous session gone bad. I usually wear nothing, totally naked. Not like that. I usually don't listen to music. I just, you know, take in as much as I can at the actual table. This time I went the headphones route and it definitely helped. Spotify playlists, the poker rooms are just obviously slammed this weekend, so all sorts of distractions and noise and everything going on. Listen to Above and Beyond Group Therapy playlist, especially number 300. Nice. And so it brings us to Monday. You guys are now caught up. Playing at 2-5 over here at the Mirage. As mentioned, Brad and I, we put the word out about an hour in advance and managed to get 3 tables of 2-5 running just about immediately. So very cool having all these people, all these vlog watchers in town, all in one place in our hometown here. Well, not hometown, but our current location. So yeah, we're gonna go play some 2-5. I think we'll probably play for about 4 hours, see if we can capture some hands here of interest and maybe make our way to the bar afterwards. But for now, let's go. Let's play a little 2-5. Alright guys, just stepping away for a quick break. A couple of quick hands just to mention. I got a little bit out of line, pretty close to right off the bat here. Decent number of straddles going on in this 2-5 game. I straddle and defend and open from under the gun with the 4-3 suited for $40, I believe. Probably not ideal or optimal, but nobody likes to give up a straddle. So I make the call and we're off to a flop which comes king high, but we flop bottom pair. Check call about at $50. Turn I believe is mostly a brick. I check and you bet $75, which seems pretty small and weak to me. I think sometimes people do this with like a middling pair and maybe like a weaker king, like king jack or maybe king queen. Wouldn't expect him to do that with ace king or better. So I decided to try and pounce on that a little bit and raise it up, turn my hand into a bluff, make it 280 to go. My opponent says raise. So that's not a good sign. I don't even wait for him to count it out and I just go ahead and muck my hand. So definitely out of line there a little bit. Luckily, things fall into place for me shortly after that. Find pocket aces. I raise pre-flop and get 2 callers. The big blind leads out on a 9 high flop and I go ahead and raise it and he calls all in. We win that hand and then there was another hand where there was a middle position open, call, and I call with 9-8 of spades on the button. 5 ways to a pretty favorable flop, which we flop the joint. Action checks to me, I bet $75. The big blind calls, the initial raiser, he's got a short stack, he jams all in for about $200, folds back to me. I go ahead and rejam. The player in the big blind, he's got about 700, maybe 600, something like that. So I don't think there's any point in flat calling the 200 and giving him a good price to draw to a flush draw. So again, just jam it all in there. Big blind folds. I go ahead and show it down with the nuts, and board pairs on the river, but we are good. So up maybe $500 at this point, something like that. Good group of people. My eyes are looking a little bit on the sketchy side, and I didn't bring any Visine, so not too sure what's happening there, but I'm sure it'll be good to take a day off tomorrow. But for now, maintaining, one beer in, had one Blue Moon, up about $500. Let's go. All right guys, just a quick hand review here. Pretty fun hand. I opened up pocket deuces from early position, call in middle position, and a 3-bet in late position to $60. I make the call, and I think the middle position player folds. So heads up to a flop which comes 8-6-5 with 2 spades. I check, he puts out a bet of $70 or $80, something like that. I think we might be able to peel here. Not too sure how profitable it is, but the flop definitely hits my range a little bit harder than it hits his range. Sometimes we will have the best hand, of course, and sometimes we can do some things on later streets. So I make the call, and we see, I believe, another 5 on the turn. I check, and he checks it back. So feeling a little bit better about my pocket deuces until the river comes another 6. So the board double pairs. We're actually playing the board at this point. I go ahead and assemble a bet to the tune of $400. Fire it in there with our only hopes of winning this pot, and he goes well into the tank and says, I think I'm gonna have to pay you off here, Andrew. And eventually he goes ahead and folds, lets it go. So we get a big bluff here through with the pocket deuces and no showdown value, and he says that I better put that one on the vlog because he wants to see it. So just went ahead and showed it to him anyway. Normally I'm not one to, like, you know, showdown bluffs and things like that, but that hand worked out. So still up about the same amount as before, I think. So probably gonna play for another hour or so before wrapping up the session here. Alright guys, it is a wrap from the meetup game and from the past few days. We got a good crew over here hanging out back at the center bar. Again, this is where meetup game number 1, the after party from that meetup game number 1 happened at this very location as well. So pretty cool to come back here and hang out at the Mirage once again. They're so accommodating over here at the poker room. As far as the poker goes, they got me to bomb pots, a double board bomb pot at the very end of this session. It did not go my way. On one board I flopped a flush draw, and on the bottom board I flopped an open-ended straight draw. I had some dumb hand like 6 deuce of diamonds or something ridiculous. Called a bet on the flop, called a bet on the turn, had to fold the river when both brick out. We get into this game for $1,100, cashed out of this game for $1,300 and something. I want to say like 80 some dollars. So made a profit of about $280. More important aspect of the evening is that Brad and I put the word out about an hour ahead and managed to get 5 2-5 games going over here at the Mirage. So that was really cool. Thanks to everybody who came out. We're definitely going to do this again throughout the rest of the series. A great way to dodge the lines. Consider starting your own game. Who knew? Anyway, a profit is a profit. That's good, happy about that, and gonna go hang out here. The WSOP train rolls on, day off tomorrow, back at it on Wednesday.